Hey guys, just a quick one for the Buying a House in Japan playlist. Just having a look at the Building a New House in Japan option. So here's this little triangle of land here, and the plan is to build this house which takes up almost all the land with enough room for two cars. So you can see there one side 6 meters. So in total the land's 140 square meters, and the house itself was 110, I think. Yeah, 103 square meters. So it's about 10 paces by 10 paces, roughly. And then you can see there the price, Nissan Nihyaku Hachijuman. So it's about, at the moment, that'd be between about $280,000, I guess. So you can see there, lounge, dining, kitchen, and you can see there's another room there. Those numbers there, 15, 6, 8, see those numbers? That's tsubo. So that's the traditional Japanese measurement. It's about, each one tsubo is about a meter by 2 meters. So they're going to build that house on this triangle. So let's watch. There's the pine. It's all pine and sheets, and it's pretty small pine. The studs and beams and stuff are pretty thin. They're sort of pretty minimal. So digging some holes there, making some, drilling some holes and filling them with concrete. So those big bags there have got concrete in them, powder, and it goes into the machine and then mixed with water and then fill up the holes to give them foundations. And then up comes the sign apologising to the neighbours. We're really sorry for the inconvenience. That's what that guy there's bowing with his helmet. Sorry for the inconvenience. So they've put the holes in, filled them with concrete, and they put a slab on top. So they're built fairly quick. I mean, they threw this one together in about 2.5 months, I guess, from beginning to end. They throw them up pretty fast, and they're sort of fairly light. Lots of timber, lots of plastic. If you want to have a good look at inside, have a look at that apartment video I've got on the accommodation playlist, and it'll show you lots of prefab stuff. But the ones that they're building now are built to withstand a decent sized earthquake. So, despite the fact that they're sort of flimsy finish, I guess. They're sort of pretty solid. Now, obviously, there's no spare yard here, so if they work on the outside of this thing, sometimes they've got to close off half the street because one of the walls is actually right up against the street. So sometimes they actually got to close off the street to work on the wall. Quite a common thing in Japan, because quite often new places are built to within a metre of the boundaries and a metre of the street. So as you can see with this one, right up to the street, very common. They sort of they're not real interested in having spare land outside, and because the blocks of land are so small, they don't want to waste them. So they try and fill the land up as much as possible with the house. Even those balconies, you can see there's a balcony on this one. There's a balcony on this one, and there is a little bit of outside space, but usually in Japan they're not interested in using. I've never seen anybody relaxing on a balcony with their feet up. It just doesn't happen. There's that narrow pine you can see there. Studs are pretty small. But yeah, they're not really interested in outside space, so they use as much as possible for the house itself. And a little bit of space for the car. But even in a new house, usually there's no carport. Occasionally there is. I made a video about this on the Wheels playlist. See the shutters? Made a video about shutters once before, right? There's the shutters have gone up on the outside. But yeah, usually, even if the house is an expensive house, I've seen houses that are worth $500,000 and they still don't have a carport for the car. Just a little piece of concrete that they park the car on. I don't know why that is, but they just don't seem to be interested in covering the car for some reason. So you can see here the preparation has gone on for the concrete slab outside. And you see those lids there. A goodly percentage of Japan still doesn't have piped sewage systems, so a good percentage of Japan still has big tanks. So there's big underground tanks there, and all the sewage goes into the underground tanks, and then a truck comes once every couple of months and pumps it all out, takes it away. Pretty common. Very hard to put sewage systems into a lot of these areas because there's nowhere to run the pipes, basically. Lots of tiny streets and no spare space. So there we are, just about finished. And that's it. Concrete outside, so there's no garden. That outside the fence there is actually footpath beside the road. So they've basically, the whole piece of land is covered with concrete and house. And that's it. That's the finished product. So if you want to see inside, I didn't actually go inside it, that would be just a bit too rude. But if you look on the accommodation playlist at the apartment, Japanese apartment, you'll see exactly the same finish. So anyway, I hope you found that interesting. More videos coming soon.